I am so fed up with being held to a higher standard when it comes to housekeeping. I'm working a boatload of overtime right now. My partner is in full agreement of me taking on this extra work and has done more around the house with the kids. On Tuesday, he asked me if we could host his family for the weekend as it's Thanksgiving here. I wasn't sure and reminded him that I was working all week plus a part-day Saturday. And then back to work for another 5 busy 12-hour 7-day shifts. So part of Sat and all-day Sun was my only time off. He said that while he'd like my help with meal planning and cooking on Sunday, he'd take care of the cleaning, shopping, meal prep, organization, etc. I agreed, on the condition that he also did all the after-guest cleaning on Monday. The house isn't guest clean. It's 2 working parents on a weeknight clean. He mopped, but didn't do a good job vacuuming first, so there's bits of dried dust streaked across the floor. The windows and mirrors are streaky. The laundry basket was on the coffee table with clean laundry. There's a bit of cat fur on the couch. I don't think the guest bedrooms were vacuumed. The fridge has crumbs, etc. I didn't tell him this. I didn't complain to him because if we didn't have guests it would be fine. But I just got a text from his aunt asking if my mental health is okay because she's never seen my house this messy. Last night when I got home his mom made a comment along the lines of, "I sure can tell you've been putting work first lately," and his dad and uncle cracked jokes about how I'm slacking because the whiskey glasses they like were dusty from months of sitting on the shelf. I would anticipate their use and dust them before they come. So I'm fuming. Nobody said anything to him. They know he took a few days off last week. They know I'm busy working. Why are women expected to be cleaner and tidier? Why are we held to a higher standard? This is all bullshit. My mill said to a 19-year-old me, "You have some housekeeping to do." When she saw our messy apartment, I told her, "I'm not a maid." She never brought it up again, lol. I would be out of my mind with rage. How dare your fucking guests judge you like that? If they don't like it they can fucking clean. Better yet, they are banned from my home until they can learn some fucking manners. Also fuck your partner for not standing up for you. You are not the goddamned maid. Your guests were tremendously rude. I have been in some real bunkers. And you keep your trap shut about your host's cleanliness while you are a guest in their home. Like, yes, your partner's cleaning skills are abysmal and I would definitely tell him that. Perhaps more nicely later. But the guests are not off the hook either. I would have told them all point blank they can thank the dude of the house for the quality of the cleaning because you haven't been there and he volunteered to do it and host the party. The one who made the comment about putting work first would be on my blacklist forevermore. Seriously, consider never hosting any of these people again. If they want you to their place, fine. Suggest a group meal at a restaurant if they need to come to where you are, but none of these people have your back. This is all sexist and it needs to go away. Women get blamed for the state of the house no matter what the actual situation is. I recently realized this with my fiancé as well. We were talking about this double standard and she explained to me that even if I didn't care too much what guests think about me, they will always first think about her if the house isn't in order. I think this is shitty and stupid because we both work the same long hours. But I see the point. So I've made much more effort after that if we have guests over. It's annoying because we indeed to have different standards, but I don't want my lower standard to reflect badly on her. Since my house isn't meeting your standards, feel free to never come back again. I know it must be embarrassing for you to have raised a man that does not know how to clean or bring home enough so I can just be a housewife. Response for next time. Interesting that when his family members were cracking these jokes, Your partner never said, "Hey, I cleaned the house this time." So don't give partner a hard time about it. This is beyond making sexist assumptions about who does the cleaning. These people felt comfortable mocking the state of your house to your face while they were your guests. And your partner didn't say a fucking word. It's getting better. In 1983, when the movie Mr. Mom came out, the idea of a sod, let alone a man doing housework, was absurd comedy. But yes, the idea that the state of the house is the woman's responsibility is infuriating. In the home I share with my spouse, if my family came in and made comments like you posted to her while I sat idly by, I'd better have had a bag packed to go live with them when they left. Loudly explain how your husband cleaned to prepare for guests and then watch them stumble all over themselves to turn their criticisms into compliments. Then quietly hope they eventually reflect on the absurdity of this. This is something that frustrates me as well, though. I've tried to explain to my husband that we have wildly different ideas of what it means for something to be clean, and that the standards I have been born out of a lifetime of snarky comments from relatives, including his mother. Your partner did a sloppy job. Emo. He isn't the real issue here as long as he stood up for you. His family are all incredibly rude and honestly shouldn't be invited back. I am really petty. If guests were cracking jokes about my cleanliness while inside my house, I would have whipped out the cleaning supplies and told them to get to work. I don't recall you offering to help. Don't worry, I'll spare you from having to visit us again. Wow. I'd forward all those messages to your husband to respond. And that would be the last time I hosted any of those critics. Rather than gratitude for your both hosting the family, they had the gall to make petty criticisms to the wrong partner. What a bunch of petty jerks. TBF. I'm a guy. And I know people say a lot of rude things to women when they should just shut up. Anybody that says any inappropriate shit about my house to me or my so is automatically not invited back. The stuff these people said is so shitty. What's the point of having them around? You know? Should have looked a hubby and back at the ignorant folks and said he cleaned for you. Too bad his mom didn't raise him right. He should be able to clean a house without supervision or prompting. Oh, I can't take credit here. Your son is responsible for all that. The audacity of these people. Thank you for noticing that I've had other priorities to attend to prior to hosting last weekend. At husband's request, going forward we will be unable to have you over until such a time as I've been given enough time off to cross every T or dot every I. See you in 2043. It's shit of them to hold you to a higher standard, blame you, but also shit of them to comment at all. Did your partner instantly leap to your defense and set his family straight when this happened? Did he demand that they apologize to you? Did he tell them that they aren't allowed to be rude and disrespectful toward you? And if they can't keep their fat yaps shut, they can GTFO right now. If he didn't do that, that's a much bigger issue than him not cleaning the house properly. I am so triggered by the part in OP's post where the husband didn't vacuum correctly before mopping. I have a roommate that does not vacuum the floor before mopping, and keep in mind that our entire house has hardwood floors. It drives me crazy. Fuck that. Those people wouldn't be allowed in my house ever again. Edited to add, my sister cleans my house whenever she comes to visit. It's not a judgment. It's a helping hand. I run 2 businesses and my spouse is gone most of the time. So I let the house go when I'm busy. I keep telling her it's not necessary. And she keeps saying it's the best gift she can give me. It is. I always look forward to her visits. She's the most immaculate housekeeper I've ever met, and my house looks fantastic when she leaves.